standing still and the scene is revealed. You're on top of the hill. At that point you know you can let it go by, or spread your wings and take to the sky. When it all, when it all, when it all, when it all comes crashing down. When what you know may all be true, but sometimes all that's real is what you do. Some moments are coming, others are came, and then there are those when you just gotta take aim. When it all, when it all, when it all, when it all comes crashing down. When it all. I was born a refugee. I don't know if I'll ever see the old farmhouse I've heard about, but it's where I belong, there is no doubt. My whole family is from that farm. We never did nobody harm. If you're confused by what you heard, let me boil it down to a single word. I wanna go home. I wanna go home. I have heard my grandpa say, and on the street most every day, the neighbors' kids would kick the ball with my dad when he was small. We were Christians, they were Jews, but it was no big deal. Religious views, so it was strange when at the point of a gun across the room you had to run. I wanna go home.
It's something that all of us are here to actually oppose and to say that the Palestinians have got to have justice. Free Palestine is the slogan of this afternoon. I am very happy to introduce to you our Stadium Robic, who is the American spokesman, and he's somebody who is just a group as we say a third song.
All that testifies he needs surrender. All between sides, rich and poor, brothers and sisters, grown up so long before. 30 feet thick and 30 feet high, no one can look through it and into the eye of a person you might know, for whom you have confided. Now this is stranger. On the other side, we'll open the wall, in water and land, so we may cook, we may sing.
I'm the chair of Lawyers for Palestinian Human Rights, and we will continue to call for legal accountability in all possible forums
to show our continuous
for Israeli breaches of international humanitarian law and human rights law, and for all those who aid and abet those violations of Palestinian rights.
We as Jews demand
our own government can and should do more, especially to follow through on areas that are not at all contentious, but which represent a key violation of Palestinian rights to self-determination, namely the illegal, exclusively Jewish settlements in the occupied Palestinian territory, including East Jerusalem. Absolutely everything to do with these settlements should be off limits for our government, and which includes our own Professor Christine Chinkin from this country. Most importantly, we must ensure that suspects understand they do face a genuine risk of prosecution if they step into Europe. Where the evidence supports war crimes charges, they must be brought to account. Perhaps it's the case that a small measure of justice is required before any Israeli leaders are prepared to contemplate peace. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the Palestine Solidarity Campaign, Free Palestine! We're trying to remember Gaza today, because in Gaza nothing has changed. In the West Bank, the occupation remains. And so this demonstration is trying to bring back to the public what is really going on. You get the Pope visiting, everyone visits, but nothing changes. Bethlehem is a ghost town. East Jerusalem is occupied, surrounded, and now being tunnelled under. But Israel remains immune. The new Israeli government says it's not in favour of a two-state solution. When Hamas wasn't saying that, they were boycotted and blockaded. Why isn't that happening to Israel now? Our obligation as a solidarity movement is to build a mass solidarity movement. Since January, over 1,000 members have joined the PSC. We need thousands more. We need to be able to harass this government to make sure it changes its policy. So there's no arms trade, so there's no buying of goods, so there's no EU trade agreement. That's why we need a mass solidarity movement, and that's why we've got to build a mass boycott campaign to even the balance. When they talk about balance, they always talk about Hamas and the rockets, but they never talk about what really went on. In the 2 years before the occupation, Israel launched 16,000 shells into Gaza, over 120 dead. In the 8 years before the occupation, 13 Israelis died, 5,000 Palestinians. That's always the balance, and you can never equate the violence of the oppressor with the violence of those who are oppressed, and that's what they always seek to do.